So Josie, we touched on reproductive activity when we were talking about life stages.
Yes.
But maybe we can discuss this a little bit more.
Yes, it's definitely another factor that will contribute to your decision making, whether you're going to be keeping your birds on a formulated lifetime diet or the high performance. Now, if this is an obvious reproduction activity where the hen is actually engaged in egg laying, this is definitely one that should not be taken lightly. You definitely need to consult with your avian veterinarian and your avian care specialist to make sure that you are converting your birds now to a high performance diet prior to the onset of the breeding season. We don't like to be surprised with lovebird chronic egg layers that get converted back to a optimal diet just prior to or right after the first egg is laid. Birds do require a little bit more time to assimilate the vitamins, especially the vitamin E's, and also a little bit more of the fat that is required to form a healthy egg, as well as the calcium, of course.
Right.
They all work together. And then we could even go into now the importance of adding lighting and everything else, but we don't want to get off topic. We're trying to highlight now the factors that will help you make this decision. But it can be more of a complicated issue when the birds are actually breeding.
So let's talk about the natural stresses that can occur, such as molting.
Yes.
We would recommend high performance during this period.
Ideally, we recommend high performance. And the reason for that is the same thing as for a fledgling age, especially pre-fledgling age, where the formation of the feathers require a lot of amino acids, require a lot of vitamin E. And this is very important. And people forget to recognize that feathers being constructed requires a healthy shaft, requires healthy barbules, or else we're going to have stress bars, or else we're going to have a feather that's going to be weak, or else we're going to have a feather that the bird has difficulty preening. And with these feathers, we usually have a very dull feather, and often this can lead to feather damaging behaviors because birds instinctively know that an unhealthy feather doesn't belong on their body.
They want to get rid of it.
They want to get rid of it. This is very crucial for breeders, and most breeders do recognize that and definitely keep and wean their birds on a high-performance diet to ensure that the feather structure is perfect. Now, once again, we want to make sure as well that the niacin and methionines, which are the amino acids responsible principally for the feather structure, are being assimilated and are being ingested. Therefore, even more important is if the bird is not being fed 100% of the Tropican, that the birds be kept on high performance during these critical months. Also, some birds are prone to feather cysts, and the emerging feathers might have difficulty piercing through the skin. And so elasticity is very important at that stage. And once again, the elasticity is going to be influenced by the amount of vitamin E. And so this is why we recommend definitely that the birds be switched back for a small period of time onto a high-performance diet.
So the last factor that we're going to discuss to assess which formula we would use, high performance or lifetime, is housing and environmental conditions.
Yes.
And this is something that we can use our parrot profile with.
Absolutely.
We can fill this out,
Yes.
give it to our avian vet.
And most of the time, the veterinarian will not be there to prove or disprove what you've written. So you must be very honest in what you write. Now, some people are a little bit embarrassed to say that their birds are kept in a smaller cage, yet these people have an exercise gym, they have a sleeping cage, they take their birds down on a harness and they exercise them. You have to be very truthful in what you're writing down in your pet status profile.
Because they could live in a very large cage and
absolutely. We feel it's hot today here because we're in the summertime. And yet I often speak with Melanie and fail to realize that most of the birds kept in Florida are often kept in air conditioning. And so our birds here in the summer are actually under heat stress, whereas people living year-long in a warm climate often have air-conditioned installations for their birds. So that's also a huge factor. If birds are being housed in a flight with multiple flight mates and cage mates, that will definitely influence as well the caloric requirements and energy that they're expensing, because they're checking out, they have to be in tune, they have to make sure that they're looking at the other birds, and they have to fly away if incompatibility arises. So definitely, everything that's influencing the housing and the environmental conditions will definitely make an impact as to whether or not you can keep your birds on a high performance diet longer throughout the year, or you should be maintaining them on a lifetime formula.